Hello and welcome back to the WebEden tutorials. In this one I will be talking about browsers. Now the most common way to access the internet is through a so-called browser, and that's what I've got in front of me right now. The most common browser is the Microsoft Internet Explorer, but there are other browsers such as Mozilla, or if you use a Mac, Safari. Now, a browser is basically just a program that lets you visit websites on the internet. And one way of seeing where you are is by looking at the address field. This is where you can see the web address of the website that you're currently visiting. So as you can see, I am currently on google.co.uk. Now, this is also called a domain name. And this is not to be confused with an email address, because an email address will always have this sign in the whole name of the address, and you will never see this sign as a domain name. Another word for this is URL. Now, the buttons up here have different functions, and these buttons right here are the ones that you're most likely to use the most. These are just your average backwards and forwards button to go through to different websites. Now this is what happens if you try to type in an email address in the address bar. It'll simply tell you that the page cannot be displayed because there is no website with this sign in it. So if you ended up in a place where you don't want to be and you want to go back to where you were, simply click the back button. If you want to stop what you're currently doing, then just click the stop button. Sometimes you'll find that a website doesn't get loaded properly, and then it will usually help by clicking the refresh button. All that does is reload the website. This button is to return to the website that you have as your home website. If you want to look for something on the internet, the most common way of doing that is to use a so-called search engine. And Google is possibly the most famous search engine of them all. So all you do is type in what you're looking for in the search field and click search, and it'll find what it thinks is most relevant to what you've searched on. So this here is not the search field, this is the address field, this is the search field. Now that's all for the basics of the browser. Thank you very much.